With a recent letter sent to physical therapists, HIP Emblem Insurance of New York decreased the rates for physical therapy by 20%. HIP supports that the new rate of $36 to $45 per visit is in alignment with industry standards. The New York Physical Therapy Association is a professional organization which represents over 4,000 licensed physical therapists and physical therapist assistants in New York State. In a statement released today, New York Physical Therapy Association refutes HIP Emblem's argument regarding physical therapy reimbursement rates in New York. New York Physical Therapy Association calls upon HIP Emblem to meet with them and share their data sustaining the reduction of physical therapy rates. Sources report that the position of the New York Physical Therapy Association is that physical therapists should advocate for reimbursement rates that enables them to meet their needs of their patients.
I'm Ann Duffy. I'm a physical therapist in private practice for 20 years. I'm here to support the practices that are being forced to drop out of HIP because of the drastic reductions to below the cost of being able to provide quality care to physical therapists in New York State. I'm angered by HIP's response that $45 is market rate because it's an outright lie.
This reduction comes at the same time with reports that Anthony Watson, CEO of HIP, has more than doubled his salary to $4.8 million, while he has promised to receive a $20 million stock option once the company goes public. Physical therapists, along with their patients and staff who disagree with this rate reduction, protested yesterday right outside of HIP headquarters in New York City. This rate reduction seems that it will most hurt patients.
As a patient, this rate reduction would cause major problems for me because my knee, which needs individualized attention, my therapist is going to be rushing through, not giving me the time of day that I need because they're going to have to see more patients in the amount of time with this rate reduction. And it's about time that they do something about it, and these CEOs who keep getting all these raises and are sitting pretty, we're suffering, and we need to do something about it now, sooner than later.
Physical therapists hold accountable Mr. Watson and the top HIP executives personally for the rate reduction. Therapists claim that the revenue generated by this rate reduction will subsidize Mr. Watson's large increase in salary.
In these very difficult financial times where people are losing their jobs, where businesses are closing down, it is a total disgrace to have Anthony Watson, CEO of HIP, more than doubling his salary while at the same time decreasing the physical therapy rates by more than 20%. We are asking Mr. Watson to reconsider this position. We're asking him to leave the physical therapy rates alone. We're not going to be able to provide quality care if the rates go down. Simply said, physical therapists will have to schedule double the number of patients to be able to survive, and that will definitely compromise the quality care that patients are receiving.
I'm David Sofer. I'm a physical therapist and private practice owner in Brooklyn, New York. I'm here today to protest the decision that HIP has made to cut its reimbursement for physical therapy services by 20%. The cut they're making is from a below industry standard rate of $55 to an even further below standard rate of $45. This cut adversely affects the entire HIP membership in that it will diminish the quality of care they can receive, force offices to be overcrowded, and force therapists to see more patients per hour.
The conservative leading New York Sun has reported that the insurer, Health Insurance Plan of New York, has been sending its top officers home with hefty paychecks that include millions of dollars in bonuses. According to department officials, HIP's president and chief executive officer, Anthony Watson, earned $4.79 million in 2007, up from $2.14 million in 2006. In an earlier report, the Daily News has reported that while HIP insurance is struggling financially, Anthony Watson and other HIP officials spent hundreds of thousands more for restaurant bills, travel, car leases, and corporate parties, including $150,000 for a holiday bash at a Manhattan hotel. When the Daily News reported on Mr. Watson's Jaguar, a HIP spokesperson defended the expense, stating that he is too tall to ride in other vehicles. Many physical therapists submitted to the HIP headquarters their resignation from the HIP panel, along with patients' complaint letters and physician support letters to therapists. Physical therapists support that the rate of $36 to $45 per visit is less than half of what Medicare pays for a regular physical therapy visit. Unconfirmed sources report that there will be a meeting next week between HIP executives and representatives of physical therapists.